What's up, Enduro freaks? D. Tidwell here. Enduro mountain bike training. EnduroMTBtraining.com. So we've been on the topic in the last few videos of low back pain and what doesn't typically get addressed when it relates to low back pain, because we've discussed the pelvis, lower back, thorax, hip, but what doesn't usually get discussed is the groin. So today I'm going to show you two things that you can do. Both you can do at the gym, and also one of them you can do at home if you have a kettlebell, otherwise known as a self-torture device when it comes to self-therapy, because you need to become the king or the queen of self-therapy as it relates to taking care of your muscle tissue as a cyclist. So, to a bar in the gym. I've got this bar set up about hip height, and remember the groin attaches way up on the inside of the pelvis, comes down onto the femur and onto the knee. So one way to self-torture yourself is to get that pubic bone right up, get the bar, up against that pubic bone. Like I always have a spot on this right side, and I either go back and forth or I'm going lengthwise to work through the tissue. I'll turn my foot in, you can't see it, but my foot's in to hit more of this kind of medial side of the quad and adductor, or I'll turn it out into external rotation to hit more underside of, say, the hamstring. Because, the groin, hamstring, and quad fascia can get stuck. So this is a good way to mash through this stuff and just work through all this groin stuff. You'll actually be surprised if you are a sedentary person at work, which is the seated workplace, how sore that can be, okay? So in my videos and in the Ultimate Enduro MTB training program, we talk about foam rolling for the groin, which is important, which is great, because that's a general way to do it. This is very specific. Now let's get torturous. Here's I am videoing myself move here. Good. So take a kettlebell. You obviously want to try to start with a lightweight if possible, because this isn't fun, peeps. It's not fun. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can get this guy, you can just drape that pubic bone right over the top of it. And in this case, instead of moving the body and thus the leg over the bar like we just did, we can move the leg over the top of the attachment where the kettlebell's sitting. Okay, so it's sitting right up against my pubic bone. Now, you can also roll into it, change it a little bit, and move it. You can open it up, just like we did on the bar, and move it. Okay, then a more torturous way to do it, I'll switch legs because it's easier. Let's take that kettlebell, flip it upside down, and get crazy on yourself. Just allow the weight of that kettlebell just to sit in to that groin or wherever you find your good nuggets of joy that you need to get rid of. And you can also scrape with it too. So find that trigger point. I know this looks funny, but deal with it, people. Okay, so there's a good spot for me. I'm just going to breathe into it for a few seconds, inhaling and exhaling, and then I'm going to gently push it towards you guys to kind of scrape that tissue a little bit. All right, now you can see that I'm perpendicular to my muscle right now. I'm going to go right along, hello. This is going across the fiber, this is going perpendicular. So now we can go perpendicular with the fiber, because if you get some of that adhesed tissue between, like I mentioned earlier, your groin and your hamstring, or even your quad, this is a good kind of peeler of that. You can just kind of peel it away. Okay, so I can tell you, ain't gonna feel that good, but it's definitely beneficial. So you got two things to do as it relates to working through the groin, releasing the hips, which will then also create some looseness and some freedom in the lower back as it relates to back pain. You also may feel a difference in any kind of medial knee pain that some of you might have. Because, again, the adductors and the groin come down and attach onto the femur and then down into the knee as well. So you get that little added bonus. So give it a try. Do it regularly. All these things, the soft tissue stuff, do it regularly. Because you can be in big time charge of how you feel if you just take a few minutes a day, especially during TV time, I call it. During TV time, get your lacrosse ball out, get your foam roller out, get your kettlebell out, get whatever tools you need to get out to work on yourself. So, hope that helps. Questions, info@enduromtbtraining.com. And then, cool thing is we got 2 new products coming out here soon. We've got a mobility and stability program, and we've got a strength and power program coming out, which are going to be awesome. You're going to love them. So check those out. I'll announce that on Facebook at Facebook.com.